everybody! Charlie's back from being sick. That's why there was no video Wednesday. Adam should have been there with a Friday video. But I'm here playing Saturday alone, playing some Crypt in the Necrodancer. This game just got out of early access. We're going to do this here daily challenge, but not quite yet. I'm going to do one all zones run first and explain what's going on. So, for those of you that do not know, this is essentially a rhythm-based rogue-lite game. And with that, a little out of practice, with that, I can only move to the beat that's on the blue bars at the bottom. If I keep time with that beat and keep jumping with that beat instead of losing it like a Dumbo, then I get a coin multiplier, and that doubles or triples the loot I get from enemies. They each have different various patterns, moving with arrow keys, and pressing an arrow key in that direction will execute an attack. So, instead of moving left, I killed that zombie. Cheaper shops, Ring of Charisma. There are a lot of various items, including weapons that have different attack patterns than the good old-fashioned dagger. So we're just going to kind of warm up with a run or two here, then get into the daily. This game is actually on sale on Steam, I believe, when this video goes up. So if you don't own this game, I recommend highly picking it up. The music is fantastic. Danny B, the man behind the Rebirth and Isaac soundtracks, is again back at his job making some music. I recommend that OST as well. I picked it up myself on Bandcamp. That's been a nice, good old nice listen. So, we're gonna head up to the shop here where the salesman sings opera. Sells quite a few different things. I'm gonna get a spear, so this allows me to attack 2 tiles in front of me instead of 1. Show you what I mean in a minute. It's like a range up, essentially. Just like that. I can do that now. And by can, I mean always will do that. Still can attack at 1 tile away. Like that, of course. There are also different types of weapons than like a standard spear. There can be a blood spear, an obsidian spear. Blood spears, or blood any item, restore half a heart, which you can see in the corner next to my coins. Pointing like an idiot. Or he says pointing like an idiot. Realizing you can't see him do that. Which restores half a heart every 10 kills. Obsidian, which is multiplier based. I cannot keep a darn multiplier while talking. The daily run is going to be even quieter than this in terms of my voice. But I figure that's kind of appropriate for this game. And by appropriate, I mean it's an excuse I need to play the game and focus on that. Alright, getting into a rhythm here. So as you can see, everything kind of has a different attack pattern to it. So there's a blood broadsword and titanium shovel. I will be picking both of those up. The only way to restore health is with items like that cheese there. It can be found in the wild though, you don't need to buy anything in shops. There are chests with weapons and other various upgrades like the Ring of Charisma, which is why I realized everything is so cheap, and I'm an idiot. I thought I was just real lucky. So you can see the like 8 kills counter next to the broadsword icon. So the shovel I got allows me to dig through rock. Can't exactly showcase that right now. Don't know why I talk so fast, but like that. Before I could only dig this dirt stuff. Shiny dirt has gems in it if you're not playing in all zones mode. All zones mode is the traditional roguelike-ish mode, where there is not progression between runs. I'm fine with progression between runs, and it allows you to kind of learn the game. Learn the different zones, if you saw those zone staircases in that. Shit. Okay. Do 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 Alright, so this floor is complete. Got my coins, my ×3 multiplier. The multiplier is applied upon kill, not upon pickup, so don't think you can. So that is how I died. Should have made it to a boss. There are 4 zones. Each zone is 3 floors long, and then a boss. Bosses can change from run to run. So we're gonna do one more warm-up run, as it's been 5 minutes, and then we'll get into the actual thing. I could have warmed up off camera, but I figured it'd be a better place to explain the inner workings of what's going on. So, I'm here. Alright, so those are traps. If I step on those arrows, I go down. If they're pointing in a different direction, I go that direction. Pretty basic stuff. There are items such as boots that can provide immunity to those traps. These chests can have torches. Those are kind of like utility chests. They can have torches. The most important one, food, they can have that too. There is throwing of weapons in this. Shouldn't have done that. But that's the trapdoor trap. If you leave a floor without killing the mini-boss, you fight a mini-boss and a few other enemies in a confined death cube, and normally it kills me because I'm a big dum-dum. But that's definitely probably a big part of the speedrunning meta. If you can hear my keyboard, I also apologize. I should not. I just have a very clicky and loud keyboard. Damn, I hate monkeys. They're the worst. And I really shouldn't be dying this early at all. And I'm not very good, but I should be. I've played quite a bit of this game. When it was in early access, it was in early access since July of 2014. So it's been kind of updated and worked with for a long while. Which is why I'd be surprised if you haven't heard of this game yet, but I'm not blaming you. It is indie. Those typically don't get all the attention they almost deserve, but if you're looking for impressions, just go buy this game. That's my review, the official one. I don't know how much it is on sale right now, but it's 15 to start, so I'm probably at 10 or 5. I don't know how Valve's discounting right now. It's got workshop support, so you can get subbed in character models. We've got one with Robin from Fire Emblem Awakening. That's a Fire Emblem game, right? I'm really tired, guys. I was sick for 6 days. Also why I'm bad at Necrodancer right now. That last one's bullshit, but just believe me. Come on, guys. The excuse route now. Not done well at any daily on the channel, so we're gonna see how that goes for me today. Alright, Zone 1, Level 2. There are also actually multiple soundtracks available now. You can switch those in a menu. Show that off near the end of the video. I'm not going to actually play them for you because that is something you should experience yourself. They're all very good. This is the original by Danny B, of course, because he's majestic, and it is one of those, like, you actually knowing the songs helps a lot, which is why I'm really bad at later stages. No, I don't consider these later stages, by the way. I'm talking like Zone 2, Zone 3, sorta. Disco floor, if you haven't noticed yet, while you have a combo going. It is configurable to be turned off. Don't know why you'd ever turn off disco floor. But the options for this game are actually quite, like, a lot of the HUD stuff you can turn off Lost that gold unless I want to take a bunch of damage. And I don't right now. Oops. Alright. So much like FTL, you kind of want to fill out the complete floor, not just leave when you can unless you're speedrunning, because there's more stuff than what you'll often, you know, reach on your own. I want to kill this guy, but I wanted to, yeah, move him over. So, the game also has tooltips, of course, so if I go near things, I don't know why I'm considering that and talking about that like it's a feature. It's not, but that was something in the beta, or in the early access builds that was not available, and that was quite the adventure if you were in that phase. I mean, like, blood's fairly self-explanatory and stuff like that. It's not. These guys are vicious. So, I had the wrong health count on him, it looks like, in my head. Or I read info wrong. Sorry, the commentary is not. It's hard to play this game and talk, especially if you haven't. All right, we're in a boss. Coral Rift. Fight a whole band of musical miscreants. That's a bomb. They're Isaac bombs. They'll hurt you if you go near them. Bombs are more scarce than an Isaac, actually, so I don't know why I said Isaac bombs, but there are bombs. Much like in the classic example, roguelite, Binding of Isaac. If I'd done that boss flawlessly, which I had not, I would have gotten my multiplier, so I would have had the 300 triple. So this is story mode. I'm going to skip this story beat because A, I'm an asshole, and B, buy the game. Seriously, just do it. Okay, I threw. But that's okay, we're gonna do the daily here before this video finishes itself. I'm gonna go to the lobby, finish. What anecdote was I saying? Screw it. So part of these lobby upgrades are the extra hearts up there. And go into places like here, unlock these items to show up. All of them show up in daily challenge and all zones mode. Fast movement is on in lobbies, so I'm moving a lot differently. But so these are the sort of groups of stuff that's available. It's also why I have a permanent ×2 coin multiplier. So like, I'm gonna do this really quickly actually, show you how actual like zone mode works. So as you can see, I have all those extra hearts. And basically it ends when I finish zone 1 instead of going to zone 2 like it showed you in the brief moment we were in that zone. That was cool, right? It gets to a point, and this is why I stopped playing it, was that it just gets too easy. It sounds really pompous, and it is. But it's also like, I have 6 hearts right now. Whereas in, like, all zones mode, I have 3. So, think of it that way. So, like, now my resting coin multiplier is at 3. Because, or, my resting's at 2, but it maxes out at 4 instead of 3. You know, it's essentially like a +1. So that's what the dirt normally contains, or contains in zones mode. Just contains much more useful. And these are, of course, what unlock lobby upgrades. We're just gonna I'm actually gonna, if I find a trapdoor or something, I'll intentionally go down it this time. just to kind of speed it up and show off that it works, you know, so we'll eat the apple because we have that unfilled heart container. I have not actually taken damage yet. Just broken my multiplier a ton, which is fine, of course. Alright. I thought this would be quicker than it is. Woo! Committed at this point, me. This video may be longer because I'm an idiot, but that's okay. You haven't seen glass weapons yet, but they're essentially like the best, like highest damage and best tier stuff. However, they break after you get hit. And I am not nearly skilled enough for that. Like, for that sort of play. It's a very risk-reward style strategy. Like Obsidian, but like more hardcore, because like losing a multiplier, that doesn't matter. Taking damage and losing everything kinda does. Or in losing like your swords, you can't, so you're stuck with a glass shard, which is a dagger equivalent. Losing whatever gold you paid to get it from that shopkeep. The singing shopkeep. Alright, yeah, now I'm throwing again. It's okay. Just gonna kinda... The shop discounts are another thing that the zones mode. So it's a good way to learn it, but it's also like OP as hell. I shouldn't have done this before the run, that other thing, but the Earthquake Scroll is just a scroll. Keep getting Coral Rift, there are other bosses, I swear. Chess boss, King Konga, he's interesting, because he's Conga line. It's the only reason I'm impressed. These boots give me the immunity to the water. I picked those up, didn't mention them, but that's fine. Come on. Come at me, ye beast! Oh, well, if I killed him, it would have ended. I would have gone, like, down the stairs, and it would have taken me back here. We're gonna do the daily now. Stop beating around the bush, you're awake! Y'all can do this. Alright. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna read this aloud. Daily challenge. Complete all the zones in one run. All players get the same dungeon. Resets at midnight GMT. Continue. Yeah, we're gonna continue. So the score, much like Splunky, is just the in-game currency. I'm not going for score here. I'm going for like any progress at all, like Zone 2 style, so that's not gonna be how this happens. Shouldn't have gotten hit by that monkey, but he doesn't deal damage. He only gets me hit a lot when I, you know, end up with skeletons that are closely approaching. Like that green man there. Always dig those holes with dirt that looks like that, if it's actually a hole and not just like into the area, because those often contain chests, much like the one I picked up that gave me holy water. Not exactly sure how holy water works. The tooltip was using your enemies. Another way you can activate all the like throwing and stuff is with like button press combos, but you can also go into the config, like the key configuration mode, who's it, menu in the options, and change them to buttons. I changed it so my left hand would have a use. Take an apple because I know how it works. I won't buy the gold dagger because I can't afford it. Can bomb shop walls for 10 gold piles. And if you place it in the corner, it's got a radius of 5. You end up getting 5. Classic Necrodancer strats! Up left is the way to use the item in that slot. I did it reflexively instead of using the hotkeys. I set those hotkeys up today to make my life easier, but I'm not used to using them, so muscle memory still dictates kind of what I do. Some sort of dragon in this level, and I know it. I think. Hoping he doesn't come in here and wreck my day. Assuming he's a red dragon, he'll wreck my day. Don't know why I bought the holster. I'm not a big fan of it, but that's okay. So daggers and spears can be thrown. You will be without a weapon, so I don't do it ever because it's Minotaur. I can deal with a Minotaur. Yes. Okay. So he's dead, which means if I can get to the exit, there's nothing guarding the way. So you may have noticed there was a long sword, and it said like the extra attack range or whatever the tooltip actually says. But you know, it was the same as the spears except not throwable, and you might be thinking, that's objectively worse, right? Nope, because it pierces through the 2 tiles. If you saw earlier, it only hits one, the closest of the 2 tiles. So it'll hit the first one first, but if there's there, you get the extra range. Which is, you know, not a risk-reward thing. I feel longsword's objectively better because throwing is not very helpful, I don't believe. And it used to be you couldn't throw spears, so they were just like, they were objectively worse. And they still pretty much are, but now commenters can yell at me about that and tell me how I'm wrong. Feel free, I'm no Necrodancer expert. You've all kind of witnessed that at this point. When a song ends, you are trapdoored down to the next floor. If you killed the boss, you'll just lose your multiplier. But if you haven't, you'll be in one of those stone fuck boxes. Fuck box is my term, copyright. A Necrodancer fuck box. So if that red runs out, the song would end and I'd go to the next floor whether I like it or not. Of course, I wanted to go anyway, so yeah. Vision radius allows me to see further. Instead of having all these annoying black tiles, I have less of them. Three is the max unless you have an obsidian torch in the the cheaty, not cheaty mode, but in the other mode. If you have 4, then the obsidian torch beats it, but otherwise 3 is the highest. This is 2, I believe. Do I have a... No, I don't? Okay, I'm an idiot. Thought I was digging stone. I wasn't. Spoilers. That triggers a bomb. Bomb traps like that make it so nothing drops gold, which sucks, which is why it's a trap. I just got gold dropped on it, and so... That's dragon! He's the actual fire-breathing kind, and that's why I'm... There's a way to fight him that's objectively good. Okay, that could have been a lot worse. Those dragons you have to isolate. I would not have fought him in this box if I could have avoided it, which is why I did avoid it. If I'd been in line with him, either vertice, he would have shot me with fire had I stood around in that lineup long enough. No, no, fuck you, silver monkey! Alright, it's been a good daily. It's been a good daily. Only because I have this chicken leg. Which I will only use right before the boss. To guarantee I'm at full health, this restores 3. You can pick up extra cart, empty. This is King Konga! Boom, 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 boom. But if I had the piercing sword right now, this would be a lot better of a situation. Now I can damage you, you monkey! You damn dirty ape. I took a lot of damage there I shouldn't have.
Dad was all
Cutscenes are in the daily, FYI. Heard here, not first, but I did not know that. BT dubs! You sludge monster. Normally, if they don't pull you in there, they don't have extra health and you don't get stuck in the tar. Tar is like water where you have to like move twice to get out of it. Except it doesn't go away, unlike water. Which once you do that, it does. Food? Nope. We'll go with the titanium shivel. Which is just fine with me. I know I lost my multiplier there. I did that almost intentionally. That was a bad daily, but we did make it out of zone 1. So it wasn't the worst daily. It's been a good half an hour. Guys, I'm gonna have to go. I'll see you folks in the next one on Monday. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more from myself and Adam on this here Bofrak Plays channel. We play games every Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I haven't done that outro in a long time. If you enjoyed it, a like rating would be much appreciated. I'll see you guys next time!